So for this final chapter of the course, I wanted this to be an extra lesson because I've been publishing in the Founder Forums and some other places some material of the course to get some feedback. And yes, I had some feedback. There was several people telling me about things to fix, and I wanted to make this extra lessons on about two subjects. One will be fixing some things. There is this caliper that is intersecting the rim, so we're gonna fix it, and this will be the easy part. And the most complex part will be redoing all the tire with all the patterns. In this original model, we have two items. One is this flat tire surface, and another one this pattern. Those are separate meshes, and the challenge is modeling all this part in one single mesh. So let's see how we did it. Now, the first thing I want to do is to get rid of this background that's distracting me. So in items selection mode, I'm going to click it and then hide it. So now I can select the caliper item, breaking disk item, and this central piece. So it's now very easy to just move it, hit W, I will move it, so the caliper issue is fixed, like this. Okay. This is still inserting into the rim. I would be forced to modify the geometry of this piece. If after moving all the braking system, I found that there is some free space, some air between the two pieces, but it's not the case. So with this simple operation, you can see here how the intersecting caliper is now fixed. So this one is fixed. Let's move to the tire pattern. This will be a bit more tricky because what I want to do here is make all the tire with the pattern in a single piece, in just one mesh. So I will select all this item, and in polygon mode I want to select this piece. Okay, only this piece. Control C, and I will make a new mesh. I'll call it pattern fixed. Let's hide this and paste the new geometry. Now I only want this top polys of each shape, so what I'll do is go selecting two polys, hit L to select the entire loop and get rid of it. Two polys, press L and remove. I will do this with every single piece. Okay. Now with this done, you see it from our right view. You can see this curvy shape. I don't want this. I want it to be flat. So what I'll do is use the scale tool and just flatten it. That's it. Okay, now these shapes are in subdivision mode. I will not want this in subdivision, but in flat surface, flat polys mesh. So I need to optimize all these shapes. I want to get rid of all these edges. So we need to spend some time removing unnecessary edges. Just select them and remove it with the backspace key. And I think that's it. Let's isolate all this part, Shift H, select all the vertices. Here are some spare vertices. Okay, I'll use the cat tool here and get rid of these two. So this is the shape we want. Now we must spend some time removing these unnecessary edges. You don't really need to make it part by part. For example, this part can be removed, and then make a copy, Ctrl+C, Ctrl+V, W to move, and let's place it where it belongs. Now to make the same for this piece and for the rest of the pieces. So let's skip forward until all the pieces are finally fixed. So this is it. After some time bridging edges, we have this one single piece. It's always wise to run a mesh cleanup, by the way. So I make sure this is a clean mesh, since we are not working with subdivision surfaces. You may notice the silhouette of this shape is something far from perfect. So the next thing I want to do is make these curves looking a bit better, and for that I'm going to make a new mesh, and I will use the spline tool, the curve tool. So I will define the 4 curves for this shape. I will make a 3-point curve following the shape I want. I will put another one here, so another 3-point curve. And another 2 for the other part. Something like this. Okay. I will move this up. So now what I will do is to extrude these curves, Shift X, and also I will turn them into subdivision. So Shift Tab, and then Geometry Freeze. So we get a lot more of geometry. Now, going back to my original shape from the top view in vertices selection mode, I'm gonna select all this part. Now what I want is all these vertices snap to this curve. So what I'll do is go to Basic and Mesh Constraint. I'll set Constraint Mode to Background, Geometry Constraint to Vector. That's all. So I can now move all these vertices. and they'll get constrained to snap to this curve. I will do the same with this part. I'll move it. There are some parts not working. Let me try with vertices. Now it's working, yes. Okay, that's it. We can now get rid of this mesh. And now this shape looks way better. Maybe I could fix some little things like this vertex. And basically that's it, that's the shape. So the next step will be making a copy. So Control C, Control V, W, and put this shape about here. So I will need to bridge this gap. For this I'm not going to use an automatic bridge because the shape is too irregular to make it work. So we will need to make it some more in a manual way. So let's select all this vertex. Okay, these edges can be bridged in automatic. So bridge, that's it. Same for this. And let's go with the rest. Let's switch lasso to rectangle. I'll make a triangle here. So here, this can be another one. Although I always say that we must avoid triangles, this is in a specific situation where we actually need triangles. Okay. Two, three, four. This can be a quad. Maybe this can be a triangle, so I can make this a quad. Okay. Triangle here, another one here, and another one here. Okay, that's the bridging I need to do. So now we can get rid of this copy. So now we have all the shape that we know it matches perfectly. It can be perfectly bridged from one side to another. Now by using the backdrop of the tile, I'm going to a right view and I'm trying to match this curvy shape of the tile, so I will move this up. And again, from new mesh, I'm going to use the spline tool and define this shape. So that's it. I will make sure this is in the middle, so vertex set position in Z. And now I'm going to mirror this. Okay. These are two vertices, so I'm going to make a vertex join average. I will also merge these two curves, so I will select these two, go to polygon, reduce, merge. Alright. Now I will do the same as with the pattern. I will move this and extrude, like so. Now switch to subdivision, so Shift Tab, geometry, and freeze. Okay, and now we have a lot more geometry to play with. Switch again to right view. So now I can select this and move it down. Okay. Still not working very well because of this too. Going to mesh constraint again and disable the constraint. Okay, this is working nice. So the problem is here. Make a loop slice here, another loop slice. And let's enable again the constraint. So this should work. Okay. I will move this here, and hopefully, yeah, this is working nicely. So now in the with the material picker, I can select all this. That was the patterns. So if now I hold and press Alt, I can click this button, this one, to convert the material selection to polys. So this way I can easily select all my pattern. Let's go back to right view again. Okay, so I can now the height of the pattern, Shift X, and let's move this up.